Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Jelson here, and today we're back at it with a brand new NBA video. And today's video, we're going to be talking about a trade that happened and a player that I think perfectly fits my favorite team in the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that is Patrick Beverley. So just recently, Woj had a Woj bomb, his usual thing, talking about how the Minnesota Timberwolves are trading Jarrett Culver and Juancho Hernangomez to the Memphis Grizzlies for Patrick Beverley, a point guard that everyone knows what he is. Absolute ruthless defender. You love him or you hate him. You love him if he's on your team. You hate him if he's playing against you. And that's just how he is. And, you know, I put out a tweet a while ago saying, man, Patrick Beverley, I dislike this dude. And then it's really one of those players that you love having on your team. Because then once I got the news that he's on my team and he's being traded to my team, I'm like, man, I love this guy. I love what he brings to the team. I don't really like that he has history of, you know, or I wouldn't say intentionally, but seeming like he's intentionally trying to injure players. I don't think a lot of them are actually intentional injuries, but you know, who knows? I'm not Patrick Beverley, so whatever happens, happens. But I really love Patrick Beverley for this team. We needed a point guard because we traded away Ricky Rubio for Taurean Prince and some money and a pick. And we just needed that point guard. And I think Patrick Beverley is going to come in. He's going to be the best defender on this team, I think, by far. We don't have Vanderbilt because he isn't technically re-signed yet. But I think Patrick Beverley is going to be the best defender on this team, even if Vando comes back. And Patrick Beverley will give his 150% all towards the defense on this team, and that's something I love to see. And people ask questions of what's going to happen, you know, is Patrick Beverley going to be like one of the Jimmy Butler situations where it's like, oh, he's not going to buy in because he doesn't like the people and what they put into the team. I don't think that's going to be the case. I feel like back when Jimmy Butler was on the team and the Jimmy Butler situation happened, it was because, guess what? Karl-Anthony Towns, yes, he was the future of that franchise, but he was not the best player on that squad. It was Jimmy Butler at the time. And, you know, Jimmy Butler, as the best player, he doesn't want, you know, the young guys that he knows can play better and he knows is the future to just be lackluster on defense and just the intensity that they bring. And I feel like Karl-Anthony Towns kind of got intimidated by that. And that's something that does happen a lot of the time in the league. And especially with young guys. He was 22 at the time. So, I mean, I think Karl-Anthony Towns felt like that was the case. And then coming in with Patrick Beverley, I don't think that's going to be the case because Pat Bev is not nearly as good as Jimmy Butler or Karl-Anthony Towns. And that's not even our knack at Patrick Beverley because he's a good player. He's a solid bench player, but he's really not, you know, a star player. He's a star defender, but he's not a star player, if that makes any sense. And I feel like he really does bring what the Timberwolves need. And, you know, we're giving up a piece in Jarrett Culver that wasn't going to get minutes. He was looking like a bust. Obviously, he could go to the Grizzlies and, you know, turn out better than what we saw. And I wouldn't be surprised. And hey, if Jarrett Culver, if that does happen to him, more power to him because I really do like Jarrett Culver and I really do have hope in him because, you know, it sucks that he didn't play well for us, but I feel like Jarrett Culver is a good kid. Actually, I know he's a good kid. And I feel like he does have the potential still as long as he gets the right opportunities and he isn't injured and he has a normal season considering his rookie season was a COVID year. And then, you know, this year is well, I'm going to be injured. So whatever the case happens, I'm pretty sure that's how his seasons went. I forget, man. It's so weird. COVID kind of changed my whole mindset on everything. I kind of forgot everything that happened before. But anyway, yeah, I think that's what happened to Jarrett Culver. I mean, as long as he has rotational minutes and plays well, I think he's going to be great for the Grizzlies. You know, maybe not right off the bat, but give him a couple years and let him develop. I feel like he's going to be a, you know, rotational piece, if not maybe a starter, a solid starter. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Jarrett Culver. I hope he does develop and play well. And then we go to Juancho Hernangomez. He was completely taken out of the lineup as soon as we got Chris Finch. Chris Finch didn't like Juancho. And, well, I mean, obviously, you know, Juancho did get minutes, but it wasn't quite, you know, what he was getting prior to that. You know, Ryan Saunders almost felt like, you know, Jake Layman and Juancho were our obvious starters. And I didn't think that was the case. Neither of them. Actually, none of the power forwards on our team at the time was actually a starting caliber power forward. And I think they felt like Juancho was that, you know, the best player that we had at that position. And, you know, I don't know. I don't like Juancho. He's supposed to be a shooter. He didn't shoot good at all yet last year. He's shooting 32%. And yeah, that's average. But if he's supposed to be a shooter for us, if he's just an average or borderline below average shooter, why would you have him on your team? Especially if you're paying him $6 million a year, whatever it is. And I just don't like him. And I just think that was a great, great trade asset, especially having Taurean Prince now. I think that, Juancho wasn't going to get minutes in the first place. So obviously we'll see what happens with him. Maybe he does become a solid rotational piece for the Grizzlies. And I'm never going to hate on a player and say that, oh, they're never going to be good or whatever. But, for us, he wasn't good, and that's a disappointment. But yeah, I mean, Patrick Beverley is going to come in, and it's hard for me not to look at it from a biased point of view and then look at it as a roster. You look at the roster, right, built up. It's like, how is this not a playoff team? I understand it's the West, but look at the team and tell me it's not at least a seed. Like, I don't get it. I feel like people are like discrediting this team and saying, oh, there's no chance. Like, because it's the Timberwolves, which I understand as a Timberwolves fan myself. I understand that it's kind of weird. It's like, why would you think this Timberwolves team that has technically shown nothing to be a playoff team? And my thought process to that is, well, guess what? Last year they were injured, and this year they're going to be healthy, fingers crossed. And we got Patrick Beverley and Taurean Prince and these upgrades, and Ricky Rubio, what he was a, good motivator. Like, he motivated the team. Motivated Anthony Edwards, was a good mentor for him. And I think Patrick Beverley can do the exact same thing. And Patrick Beverley can defend and score at the same level that Ricky Rubio did. Obviously, he doesn't have the same playmaking that Ricky Rubio does, but basically nobody does. And I just really do like this move. And obviously, I'm not going to go over the Grizzlies side for the most part. Like, I mean, Grizzlies, you're going to get Jarrett Culver. Hopefully he's going to develop for you guys. He's going to be solid if he does. Juancho, he is what he is. He's 25 years old. You know what he is. And yeah, but for the Timberwolves, this is a great trade. And I feel like a lot of people under, like, let's say, Twitter comment sections, they're like, oh, Grizzlies fleeced. Grizzlies were winning this trade. Absolutely not. Not from what we showed. And we got a piece. If you look at it, Timberwolves got a piece that's going to get minutes. And we just traded away 2 players that weren't getting minutes in the first place. So I think we won this trade, but I think, if Jarrett Culver develops, then hey, guess what? Oh my gosh, it's a win-win. I love it. And Pat Bev is on a, expiring contract. So as soon as his contract expires, we're going to have I think almost $20 million next year for free agency. And that's obviously easily enough to, sign someone, maybe sign some contract extensions, whatever we have to do. And yeah, I really do like that. I like how we have money flexibility now coming into the next season. And I like how Patrick Beverley can help our team now. And yeah, I mean, I just do like this move for really both sides. As long as Jarrett Culver and Juancho do their thing, I think it's a win-win trade. And yeah, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. That was the video. New video tomorrow. Yeah, guys, see you guys next time. Jelson out. Peace.